Hey guys, Redneck Wannabe here, and I hope all's well. So today, let's talk about an electric fence. So whether you have, dogs that are being a nuisance, they'll even work for chickens. I would assume they would work on cattle and horses and sheep as well. Don't know that because I don't have any and I've never tried it, but for sure dogs and for sure chickens. I know that for sure. So anyway, they're super easy and incredibly effective. So this is the control panel that you're looking at. This one is rated for 10 miles, and technically I guess this is my third box that I've had. My first box I got was rated for 2.5 miles, and I have two dogs, and they are both mutts, and they're just they're short-haired, real thick-furred dogs. And so I've had an electric fence here. When we first moved here, I tore down. There was a privacy fence that went all along, and so the first thing I did was I tore all that down because I want to see out here. So I put this electric fence up, and so we've been here 5 years, and so this fence has been here I've had a fence here that long. And so whenever I put it up, it took one time for the dogs to get popped, and then they wanted nothing to do with it. So, or actually, let me backtrack. So, first one I had was 2.5 miles. Put it on, and with the thick fur, the dogs were able to go right underneath the wire, and it didn't do anything. So I took it back, which I bought at Tractor Supply. I took it back and I got this one, and I want to say $90 to $100 if I remember right. And then so I put the 10 mile on, and then it popped them, and then they wanted nothing to do with it. So this is it. Technically you're supposed to keep this out of the elements, but I really didn't have a good place to put it where see, the wire goes from here to the fence, and then from here goes to the ground wire. But I didn't really have a way to keep this covered where something didn't hit this wire and interfere with the electricity going through the wire. So I just left it out in the elements, and so that probably lasted me 2.5, maybe 3 years, something like that. And then one rainy night, it just went out, and then I went, a good year without having one. And then something happened, I guess, with the chickens. We got the chickens, and I went and got another one just because I didn't want the chickens all in here, pooing on the patio and all that. So went and got another one and put it up, and that kept the chickens out. So, but anyway, if you get one, they're going to try to upsell you a couple things. They're going to try to sell you poles, and I've seen it in whenever we're out mowing lawns. I've seen people that have these. You've got a privacy fence that goes this way. Well, they've got these little plastic holders, I guess, that go this way. So your fence is this way. The holder goes right here, and then right at the edge of that holder, they run the wire. And from what I've seen from those, they're cheap and worthless. They get busted. Then the wire's all mangled up, and most people are putting them way too low on the fence. They're not doing like 3 lines right here. So from my experience, they were just cheap and a waste of money. And then the poles that they want to sell you are, a couple bucks, and those were flimsy. So what I did was I just went and bought PVC, and cut about 3.5 foot, pounded it in with a hammer, and then I drilled just a couple, 3 small holes, and then I wove that line in and out. So this is just one line, and that one line is attached right here, and you can see, I've got a little extra, which is okay. And then with the ground, same thing with the ground. You need about 3.5 foot for your ground. You pound it in. I left about 6 inches up. or out of the ground, and then ran a wire from here to the grounding rod, and then used a hose clamp just to keep it secure. And man, it's been just awesome. So it'll even work for kids. So I bet the kids, I bet them a couple bucks to see who could hold on to the electric fence the longest. And you know, it was funny, it was comical, but that's another story. So anyway, electric fences, you know, they're great. So I hope this helps, and y'all take care.